time because you got to leave your tools out for the next day. See what I'm saying? You can't be fighting and do that. You can't build a great monument. They didn't build this stuff in one day. It took hundreds of years sometime to build this stuff. That means they had to leave their tools out and come back to that work. How can you be fighting and do that if we wasn't on one accord? You see what I'm saying? So whatever our belief system was, even though we had different types of belief system, they consisted of a man, they consisted of a woman, and they consisted of a child. Even if they were different. You had some people in Africa that believed, and I want you to go look this guy up, believed in Horus, or I want to call him by his proper name, Haru. See? You had another group of people that believed in a god named Khnum. Never heard of these dudes before. You had another group of people that believed in a god named Bes. It's unfortunate that the concept that we have about these gods, we only have them under Western European thought. See, that's what's sad. I would love to find out what the real concept of these. See, we can only do so much research because they control everything. But guess what? In closing, and we'll get, in later, these are your gods. See? That existed before. These are your gods. I'm not saying go home and get a statue and start worshiping them, but I'm saying find out the concepts, and I promise you when you find out the concepts of these guys, it's going to resemble what you've been taught. When you find out a story about Horus, you're going to be surprised how it resembles Jesus. When you find out a story about Khnum, you're going to be surprised on where they got the concept of Adam and Eve and him being made out of the dust of the ground, where that come from. All right? Best. You're going to be surprised. You're going to be surprised when you find out about Isis and how she resembles Mary. See? And her husband, Osiris. But I want to call him his real name, Osiris. You're going to be surprised, or her real name, Aset. You're going to be surprised how it resembles the Jesus story. You're going to be surprised on how it resembles the Cain and Abel story with him and his brother Seth. These were all before the Bible. These were all before the Quran. And the characters in this particular story look like me and it look like you. I'd rather check this story out with characters that look like me than to check out their story. Because every Sunday school book that I opened up had Europeans in it. And there's no way that Europeans could have walked in the sun and did the things that Jesus and his disciples did without getting skin cancer. See what I'm saying? Go ahead, brother.
In my research, if you follow the generation line, Jesus of the Bible, the apostles, most part, were all of African descent, and I can prove it according to the book.
Okay. Yeah, they all African. Yeah, well,
That's proven.
And it is proven. It's the whole thing. Understand
Which
something.
is cool because even for those that believe the words of the book, you can still, whoever put all of this together, still made it applicable to African people. According to scripture, according to the genealogy, Jesus or Yeshua was African, undisputed.
Oh yeah, if he existed, he was African. Yeah, but see, it was only two people that existed back then. It was either colored people or not colored people. That's just,
But you know what? But like he's saying, it's all African descent and all connect to you. But what the problem is, they made you think that God was outside of yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like that's the whole point of it.
Right.
So where you like worshiping some other being, cause like I just talked to my mother about it. You know, back in the day, you thought Jesus was white. You know what I'm saying? So now, okay, now it doesn't matter. But at some point, it was important to somebody to make him be white. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Now check this out. Tisha was raised a Christian. Can you tell me the 3 people that existed during Jesus' time, just Jesus' time, do you know?
You mean just period?
The 3 groups of race of people that existed. You know? You was raised a Christian, right? Do you know? No? Okay, I'm about to tell y'all. See, that's what I'm saying. See, this basic stuff that you're supposed to know if you say you a Christian. But it ain't your fault. Did your pastor school you on that? You just thought everybody in the Bible looked the same, didn't you? No, they didn't. Because you had a group of people called the Romans. Okay? You had a group of people called the Greeks. You had those other people that had color to them.
Right.
That they call, I want to say the Israelites, or whatever you want to call them. I want to say Ethiopians. That's what I want to say. The other people that the Greeks and the Romans was ruling over. Now check this out. If you know about history, during that time, these group of people was black. And these group of people was not. So when I see a story, you know, or I see a book at the Bible store, and it's got Jesus looking like these group of people, and according to the Bible, he was down with these group of people, I'm confused at that point. I'm confused. See? Because history has already been proven that back during that time, the time that they say Jesus existed, there were only these people in that part of the on that part of the map. Don't get it twisted. I'm saying where he was. Okay, it was only these group of people. That's it. So we having class next Wednesday. I'm done. Anybody got any questions?
Why you stop?
Oh man,
Keep going, man.
I want to. Hey, we go by the tape. He say, I mean, we can still kick it.
Yeah, but you know, just like you said.
I just like to keep things, you know. I don't like to spit it all out.
Those
You
names,
go
like
off
you
Sunday,
said,
but, you know.
Horus and Adam or Atum, like we still using words today, like the horoscope. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
Horus rising. All them languages and stuff is still being used today.
Right.